would be discussing a few questions on information literacy. Shania, how would you describe information literacy?
Well, it is essential for academic success, effective for functioning in the workplace, and participation in society as knowledgeable citizens. It includes the ability to locate, evaluate, and use information, which we have throughout the whole assessment here. And also, it encourages problem, and informs problem solving and critical thinking. How about you?
For me, on my behalf, information literacy is the ability to locate, access, organize, use, and transmit information, in different forms. It is also it's basically information literacy, right? This is particularly important in circumstances when necessary to make decisions, solve problems, or acquire knowledge. Um, Information literacy is very, how to put it, substantial where research is concerned because they want to be able to give factual information when doing a research paper outline. And in information literacy, I've also learned a few things. For example, primary and secondary sources. I didn't know the difference between primary and secondary. That you could be writing
Mm-hmm.
false news, you know. Example, if you're a journalist and you take information from a non-credible or reliable source and you present it, you could be sued, you could be charged, you could also be, you could lose a job. So information literacy is a very important course when it comes to information and source,
Mm.
finding a source.
Basically, information and using.
Yes, and how
And the
you could present the
consequences.
information.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll also learn about the citations, how to cite and put in the citations and whatnot. Although citations for me was a bit challenging,
Mm-hmm.
it was difficult. It was difficult at first, but I've gotten there, and the reason why I say that too is because citation, the format it goes by, for example, if you're doing APA format, and you don't understand it or
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
don't put in the correct format, it will be considered as plagiarism. You can lose
Mm.
marks,
Yeah.
you could be sued, you could lose your job. And
Mm-hmm.
again, for a journalist, for a corporate communication officer, citations is very, very, very important when doing a research paper. And Shania, what would you say is the most difficult?
Challenge with the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, so I would say developing a topic and creating the thesis statement was a challenge because it was hard to get a strong argument for my thesis statements, and without a strong argument, it will it will be a little difficult to find research. You know,
Why so? Why with a strong argument you'll see it will be difficult. Without a strong argument, you'll see it will be difficult to find a research. You want something that's interesting or you want something that's accessible to get research.
well, both basically.
Both.
So
Both.
the assessment would have been interesting itself. Learning something new, also learning something new and learning something that would have been getting something that would have been easy to access basically. Um, yeah, getting a topic was also a challenge, I would say. Um,
What topic did you do?
I did obesity. How parents can have their child with obesity, so childhood obesity and so on.
Uh,
You know,
and my topic was linked to technology, and technology was also linked to like excessive use of technology, could lead to health problems and
Yeah.
behavioral changes in children, and also it had a little bit of obesity in it, with health, staying at a screen at one time. Um, However, what is the most interesting question?
The most what?
The most interesting question or challenge
Well,
or topic, sorry.
well, I would say freedom of information
Why?
because, well, you'd be surprised not everything is,
Drafted in a way that you will explain freedom of information, for somebody who don't know. Just say, not me, but another listener. And why would you say freedom of information was most interesting to you? Because I didn't look at freedom of information. And if you could give me like a little definition of it.
well, freedom of information. Well, when you Google or you topic, right, and you check a site, you'd realize that not all the information is accessible to you,
Correct.
right? So I found that very interesting and very frustrating at the same time.
Because if you want a particular question or a particular topic and you're not able to get it correct,
Yeah. So
it
I
will
would
be a
like, how
challenge.
about you? Wait,
The most
you
interesting,
said primary and secondary sources then.
correct, yeah, primary and secondary mainly, because primary is something, and secondary is something that I was introduced to in LIBS, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know the difference until now, and I didn't know that primary and secondary sources could make you feel. It could also make you be considered as a plagiarizing, you're copying somebody
Hmm.
information.
Yeah.
And then when I tie in primary sources, it will also tie in the citations. I've learned, well, I've known about citation, but I didn't know that, you could have like
Mhm.
enter it while you're doing your research paper and whatnot.
Yeah. So which one was least challenging to you? Kind of going backwards with the
The
questions, but that's okay. We answering them. But yeah, which of the following presented the least challenges? Was it using Google, using apps for host, evaluating information, note taking and summarizing citation?
the least challenging is
Yeah,
that we using Google. Google is simple,
I would agree
easy.
with yeah, I would agree with you there also.
Google is not a
Um,
hard thing.
but also for me, note taking and summarizing was the least of a
No
challenge.
taking and summarizing.
Yeah,
Paraphrasing, it's kind of a
yeah,
task.
yeah, it was.
Constructing
Also,
it into your own words and then trying not to like use over the same thing what you used before.
yeah. Um, yeah. So and also, what was the greatest challenge for you and why?
The greatest challenge. The greatest challenge. The greatest challenge for me was citations. Because as I said before, you don't want to, if you don't know the format and you write the wrong citation, you could lose marks. Also, it was a little bit difficult in learning how to cite
Mm-hmm.
information, like
Yes.
how to add it in, if the author not if the author don't have a name, what to put, so it's a little bit difficult. When I did assessment four, I got a little much more understanding on how to grasp that. So that was a bit challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, summarizing work like neatly. That was difficult. And basically,
Mm-hmm.
the countdown into putting everything into order, yeah, that was a bit difficult.
I would say developing a topic and creating the thesis statement was a challenge then because it was hard to get well, a strong argument in my thesis statement. I think we did answer that question then.
I think so.
Yeah, we kind of went off that, but I think we answered all the questions. Yeah.
Okay. So we have completed the 10 minutes or no?
Mm, yeah, well, now we, yeah. So, we could,
We exact 10 minutes or
yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah. We're going a little wobble now. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. You can cut the
It's
video.
not perfect, but thank you.
No, no, that's okay.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening to us. Um,
Thank you.
thank you.
You cut it?
Just now, darling.